LoanMod Pro is a professional loan modification solution. After you have installed it on your computer, this is how the user interface looks. These are the loans I have already entered into LoanMod Pro. I can scroll through each one of them and have the appropriate information populated in these areas. For Mr. John Miller, his information will show up in this area. I can even pull the value of his home by clicking comparables directly from the software. For his assets, I click on Assets tab. I can insert additional assets, or I can leave what I have already inputted. For household expenses, I can insert additional expenses or leave the ones I already have here. For income, I can click Insert and select from additional income. In the Mortgage and Debts tab, I can input his total debt on his current first mortgage, his minimum payment, whether he's late, how many months, and his current rate. Also, how much he's past due. I can also input additional credit cards in this area here. On the Questionnaire tab is the all-important questions you must ask your borrower, such as, are their property taxes current? Have they received notice of default? And are they any party to any lawsuits? These are 14 questions here which the lenders would like to see. On the loan modifications area, this area will show you at what debt to income the borrower can afford specific interest rates. So the software will tell you what interest rate your borrower can afford at what debt to income. It will also calculate the debt to income calculations for you, important in the loan modification. It will tell you different loan programs your borrower can afford at what interest rates. This is a great way to help you in doing your loan modification and negotiating with the lender. In the Notes tab, you can add notes specific to the borrower to keep track of the whole process. This is a great tool for processors and for loan modification reps. The Other Property tab allows me to enter his additional properties and input them, and also print them out on the Print Real Estate Cash Flow worksheet. This worksheet outlines all of the borrower's properties and whether he has a rental income or a rental loss from each property. This is a very important form to send to the lender if they have additional properties. The Document Storage tab allows me to load his W-2s, pay stubs, and any other document relating to his loan modification. I can save them here, and also when I'm ready to send all this to the lender, all of these will be attached to the package sent to the lender. The great thing about LoanMod Pro is that I can print all the forms I need for the loan modification directly from the software. When I need to print out his household expenses, I simply click Print Expenses, and it exports everything and totals out for me the totals of his expenses to this report here, which I can send to the lender. This is a very important form. The household income also is printable by clicking Print Income, and it will export for me and add for me the totals for the income. For the borrower, if there's a co-borrower, it will subtotal it on the form directly, saving me a lot of time in the process. In addition, it will calculate your disposable income, which is very important when doing a loan modification with your lender. The questionnaire is also printable by clicking Print Questionnaire. The answers will show up in each appropriate area after you go through this with your borrower. The loan modification report can also be printed out also. The Print Contact prints out the client profile outlining all of his information. This is also another important form you have to send to the lender. This form basically shows his information, his social security number, the market value, his mortgage, how much he pays, his interest rate, his disposable incomes, and additional information. You could also add notes in this area here. There's also a section for your borrower to sign, co-borrower to sign, and send to the lender. The loan modification interest rate report can also be printed out and sent to the lender or your fellow professionals. This outlines the interest rate the borrower can afford based on his income and expenses, outlines it in 3 different tables here, and at what debt to income ratios. LoanMod Pro also has a feature that allows you to pre-fill contracts with your borrower's information. Simply click Contracts and Template, and you can select from different contracts and load it from the additional files and contracts we have given you. And these will be pre-filled with whichever borrower you select with their information automatically to the contract, saving you a lot of time in the process. In addition, when you are ready to write a hardship letter for your borrower, simply click Hardship Letter and select which borrower, and suggestions will be given to you on what kind of hardship letter to write. You can write your hardship letter here and print it out or save it and send to the lender. This is a great way to streamline the entire process, especially when writing the hardship letter. After you have gotten everything together and are ready to send everything to the lender, you can either fax it to them or email. If you choose the email, you can email everything directly from the software to the lender by simply clicking Email and select which borrower, and it will automatically attach everything you have saved for the borrower and send it in an email form to the lender.